This group was instrumental in the emergence of Philadelphia soul. This group was the first to score hits with the songwriter and production team of Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff. However, they are occasionally overshadowed by more well-known acts such as the OJs, the Delphonics, the Spinners, Blue Magic, or Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. The centerpiece of today's story is all about the Intruders. Now, before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to be sure you won't miss out on any more uploads. Now without further ado, let's cue that intro. The story begins in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in 1960 with members Sam Lil Sonny Brown, Eugene Bird Daughtry, Philip Terry, and Robert Big Sonny Edwards. The group was highly influenced by gospel music, and they sang at various events around the Philadelphia area. By 1961, the group was noticed and signed a deal with Going Records, where they released 4 singles: I'm Sold on You, Come Home Soon, This Is My Song,
Yes, you know how I sighed for you.
and My Baby.
Never wanna leave me. Come on, I want to bring her back. Bring my baby back.
The group later signed with the Lost Night label, where they re-released the song I'm Sold on You in 1963. The 4 Intruders, which that was known at the time, was the vocalists that the songwriters and producers Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff had all of their hopes to bet on when they initially considered leaving Cameo Parkway record label in 1965 to take a chance on starting their own label. The Intruders had already established a distinctive Philadelphia singing style by this point. Now, since 1961, the group has been recording and performing one-off songs together, blending black gospel with the street corner doo-wop tradition of Philadelphia. Now, compared to Stax or MOTOWN, the Intruders refined the sound for the Excel, Gamble, and Philadelphia International imprints. Gamble and Huff worked closely together with the group, releasing songs such as Gonna Be Strong, Devil with an Angel Smile, and We'll Be United.
Wait and see. We're gonna be united.
Gamble and Huff's success with the Intruders helped convince Columbia Records to grant them the money that they needed to launch Philadelphia International. Gamble and Huff acknowledged that the sound of Philadelphia sprang from their work with the Intruders. The group's debut album, The Intruders Are Together, was released in 1967, and it peaked at number 23 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. In 1969, the group had 3 additional charted singles with Together,
Together, baby. Together, baby.
Baby I'm Lonely,
I'm alright. I'm alright, baby.
and A Love That's Real.
Jack ran up the hill for Gia.
That next year, the group's next album released, titled Cowboys to Girls, which peaked at 112 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 11 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. Now, this album gave us 3 charted top singles with the title song,
But I was young and didn't understand.
Now, this song was the biggest R&B hit in 1968, and it became the Philadelphia soul signature sound. The other 2 singles was Slow Drag and
Get close enough to you. I told her that's the only dance that
Love Is Like a Baseball Game.
Never knew that love could come so many ways.
The success of the Intruders led Gamble Huff to gain popularity, allowing them to establish Neptune Records in 1969. Chess Records backed Neptune Records, which allowed them to sign Philadelphia international artists such as the OJs and the 3 Degrees. When Chess Records changed hands in 1969, Neptune Records went out of business. Following the demise of Neptune Records, Gamble Huff moved all of their signed musicians to their new label, Philadelphia International Records. That same year, the group released charted singles, Give Her a Transplant,
She makes a fool of me, and I've got no control.
Me, Tarzan, and Jane, Lollipop, I Like You,
You know I'm your guy, and oh, you're my sweetie pie.
Sad Girl,
Oh, how love could be sad.
and Old Love.
Let's think about holding each other.
During the early 70s, the group was undergoing some internal disputes. With lead singer Little Sonny left the group to allegedly enter rehab. Now, in his absence, he was replaced by nightclub singer Bobby Starr. That same year, they released the album When We Get Married, that peaked at number 48 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. That same year, the group had charted singles such as Tender, When We Get Married,
Celebration, send invitation.
and This Is My Love Song.
Look in my eyes, baby, look into.
Starr's tenure with the group was short-lived, as Little Sonny returned in 1973. But during Starr's tenure with the group, they released charted singles such as I'm Girl Scouting, Pray For Me,
My love, oh darling, pray for me.
I Bet He Don't Love You,
I bet it don't need it. Like I,
and She's a Winner.
but I'll give her my last time.
By the 1973 album Save the Children, Little Sonny returned to the group. Now, this album peaked at 133 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 12 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. When Lil Sonny rejoined the group, they released their last string of charted singles with I Always Love My Mama,
I'll always love my mama. She born me in this world.
I Wanna Know Your Name,
I wanna know your name.
A Nice Girl Like You,
Baby, I don't wanna hurt you. I don't wanna ever see you cry.
and Rainy Days and Mondays.
Rainy days and Mondays always get me down.
Followed by an album, Energy of Love, in 1974 that peaked at number 41 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. Now, even though the group's music became popular in the Latino community during the late 70s and early 80s, the group's success began to wind down between the years of 1973 and 1974. But by 1975, the group officially disbanded. Eugene Daughtry reformed the group in 1984 with his brother, cousin, and friend. He remained with his version of the group until his death of cancer on December 25, 1994 at the age of 55. Now, according to many sources, Lil Sonny allegedly committed suicide by jumping off a bridge after falling into a deep depression due to the loss of his mother and wife within a year's time. Both Robert Edwards and Phil Terry walked away from the music business to become Jehovah's Witnesses. Now, although Phil Terry was a Jehovah's Witness, he also worked as a songwriter, producer, and insurance salesman. On October 15th, 2016, Edwards passed away from a heart attack at the age of 74. Bobby Starr had his own group until his death on March 18th, 2022, leaving Phil Terry as the last surviving member. The Intruders, along with Gamble Huff, single-handedly established the iconic Philly soul sound. Now, if it wasn't for this group, then honestly, I can say there would be no Spinners, OJs, Delphonics, or other great Philly soul groups that display that iconic Philly sound that the Intruders created. Now, as of this recording, the Intruders has not been inducted into anyone's Hall of Fame. Personally, I believe we need our own Hall of Fame. I understand that we have the Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame, but honestly, we need a Soul Hall of Fame that actually focus on our kings and queens, that also give flowers to the pioneers in our music. There's way too many examples of our legends being overlooked or looking for acceptance from everyone else. Now, before we go, I have a question for you all. What is your favorite song from the Intruders?